Good morning, students. Welcome back to the moral science class. Yesterday we have read chapter number 2, Be Self Dependent, and also discussed the advantages of following this value and disadvantages of not following this value. Now, today I am going to tell you a story based on this value. At first, I will tell you a brief summary of this story. Students, this story is about two insects, an ant and a grasshopper. They were good friends but different by nature. The ant was very hardworking as it collected enough food in its hole for the winter season. On the other hand, the grasshopper was very lazy. It was always found roaming here and there. It just wasted its time and did not bother to collect anything to eat. Now, students, open your book at page number 12. Let's start reading story. An ant and a grasshopper were friends. They lived at the same place, but there was a great deal of difference between them and their nature. The ant was very hardworking, while the grasshopper was lazy. The ant was never seen sitting idle or staying at one place. The grasshopper was always found roaming here and there and singing tunes. So, students, underline difficult words and write down its meaning. Underline word lazy. Write its meaning idle. I-D-L-E. Idle. Next word is idle. I-D-L-E. Idle means lazy. L-A-Z-Y. Lazy. Next word is roaming. Write its meaning wandering. W-A-N-D-E-R-I-N-G. Wandering. W-A-N-D-E-R-I-N-G. Wandering. Now, students, listen the explanation of this paragraph. Students, here we have read about two insects, an ant and a grasshopper. The ant was very hardworking and always kept on collecting its food for future, while the other insect, the grasshopper, just wasted its time by roaming and singing tunes. Now, students, come to the next paragraph. When the summer season came, the ant continued working. It collected its food in its hole for the winter season. But the grasshopper was so lazy that it did not bother to do any work. It went into houses and sang songs in the ears of human beings, and when hungry, it ate whatsoever it found. Now, students, underline the difficult word collected and write its meaning gathered. G-A-T-H-E-R-E-D. Gathered. Next word is bother. Write its meaning care. C-A-R-E. Care. Students, underline the difficult words and write their meanings. Students, when the winter season came, the ant had collected enough food in its hole, so it was carefree, while the grasshopper did not bother to do any work. Whenever it felt hungry, it ate whatsoever it found. Now come to the next paragraph. Time passed by and the winter season came. The ant was carefree as it had worked hard throughout the summer season and collected enough food in its hole for the winter season. The grasshopper had nothing to eat, but it was not possible for the grasshopper to come out and expose himself to cold weather. Now, students, underline the word expose means show. SHOW, show. Now, come to the next line. The grasshopper saw the ant going into the hole. It called the ant and said, "Friend, help me. I have nothing to eat." Now students, listen the explanation of this paragraph. As the winter season came, it was very difficult for the grasshopper to expose himself in the cold weather, and he had nothing to eat. So it begged for food from the ant. Now come to the next paragraph. The ant said, "Why did you not collect your food during the months of summer? What were you doing?" The grasshopper replied, "Actually, I was enjoying the summer singing songs." The ant said, "This is not good. One should depend on oneself. I cannot help you because the food I have collected is not enough to share with you." It went into the hole without caring for the grasshopper. Now, students, underline the difficult word actually means really. REALLY, really. REALLY, really. Now students, listen the explanation of the last paragraph. As the grasshopper had nothing to eat, so it begged for food from the ant. But the ant denied to give him food because the ant did not have enough food to share with the grasshopper. So, students, at the end of the story, the grasshopper learnt a lesson not to depend on others, and one should always do work for oneself. So, students, moral of the story, we should not depend on others. Or we can say that we should do our work ourselves. So children, you should also depend on yourselves for all your work. Okay? What is the suitable title for this story? The self-dependent ant, the idle grasshopper. The self-dependent ant. Students, I hope that you all have understood the discussed story very clearly. Now students, I will also discuss some situations related to this value. Number 1. Suppose your teacher has told you to make a model of the solar system and no one is there for help. What will you do? I will make a model of the solar system myself because I know the value of being self-dependent. Now come to the next situations. Suppose your mother is not at home and you have to get ready for school. What will you do? I will get ready for my school myself because I know the value of being self-dependent. Now students, you should do your work yourself and you should not depend on others. Students, your homework is to read this story again and revise difficult words with their meanings. Thank you. Have a nice day.